Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of astrology and wisdom for you. Hopefully, those reports find you in a good peace and spirit. And I want to say thank you guys for the new subscribers. For hopefully this learning helps you to navigate better in your life. Where should I start? I look at the charts and I see that actually I moved a little bit farther ahead. I'm gonna show you at the end of the video. And there, on October 10th, we are gonna be facing a lot of things, doing a lot of things, a lot of interventions, including from the divine. So today is going to be one of this kind of like an energies. If you look at it, this picture that I put it together here, there is the universe, the connection between two people represents Mars and Venus up here. But what is happening? It is the mind, too many minds. If you see these little squares in there, those little dots in there, when you have too much into your mind, what's happening within you? What happens within yourself? Today the moon is going to be a very interesting. She's going to be passing through the North Node, true Lilith, facing the sun, and she's going to be meeting the mean Lilith, and after that she's going to go through facing Mercury. This is a what is going to happen. Too much mind, too fast, too many emotions for one day. We're talking about for one day for it, and this is going to trigger incredibly amount of emotions that's gonna comes in. That can lead to an exhaustion, but that can lead into the beautiful path to be found in there. The path that it gonna comes in with the wisdom, which is gonna come at 11 o'clock. And it is about currently that the only dependence is going to be of what Mars and Venus will do with Saturn. Are you going to be able to put those things together? Look at the charts for the few days ahead because you need to interpret properly these energies. And if you seeing it within yourself, what you are, it should be really focused within the present. But you need to understand also the need. Why you looking into the future? Why would you be creating you to be looking at in there as the same way? Why you looking into the past? And as that is been said in there, you need to understand that when you are born, okay, the gravity of the earth matches the gravity of your soul, and your soul traveled that way. Okay, it's traveling through a wormhole and enters the body through here. Okay, even though that you are a baby in there, and when it travels in that positions in there, you're embodying. Okay, you're living there, but as emissions, are you gonna be embody your soul? And with this kind of like of energies, particularly that's gonna be the new moon that it's gonna comes in, realizing the truth deep from within yourself is gonna be able to help you to navigate this, because all these energies that are coming right now, they are highly intense, but they shows up lack of love. They show up a lack of inner power, inner understandings in there within self. So you need to look at it where? Everywhere. But when you look everywhere, you have too many minds, and lack of focus is going to be. So the purpose will be of this is basically to stay within a calm mind. But can you be really that calm mind? So here what happened at 7 o'clock in the morning, I want to explain you there's so many minds. I mean, we are talking about disconnections here with Mars up here, and in the midheaven we are going to have the moon connecting with Mars in a square. We're going to have the south node. We are going to have the ascendant in there. The true Lilith with the sun, which is the truth that needs to be found. The min Lilith with Mercury, and all this. So this is, we are talking about 7 aspects towards Mars and 7 aspects that are in oppositions of where it's currently going. So if you're going currently against the flow, where the flow is supposed to be, the flow is coming towards Uranus and coming towards Pluto, and that beautiful kite is bring this positive energy. At the same time, this energy is here coming with the inner work with Mars. The Mars job is to lead that inner peace towards Venus, love, and understanding, and the wisdom of understanding the proper actions that it needs to be. And most of the people is going to be focused on this. They're going to be on this. This is the problem. This is the things. This is the, oh my God, there is, I got so much. I got to say something from the past. I see from the past situations. I see some truths within me. I see this meaning stuff. And I see this lack of communications and talking about this. See all those fears. So this can be on all kind of like relationships everywhere and any positions, because you have relationships with absolutely everything, from having relationships with the trees, the forest, the air, the water, and so on in the planet, into a relationship with everything that it's out actually here, even with all the people in the world, even if you don't know them. Okay. And you're going to say, well, Dio, I don't know these people, and so on and so on. How can I have a relationship? You have an energy relationship. You have the same things within them because you're living in the same house. And you will understand this over the time for with this as a Mars is going to go retrograde. Okay. We are one family here living on Earth, and we should not harm each other. We should accept our differences in there, but that's what this is. You choose the war, there is no good future comes in here. So with that being said, up here, the moon, it's crossed already at Libra. That is it, the emotions of need, the balance of peace in there. The moon is at 3 degrees. The south node is at 6 degrees. The ascendant is at 8. At 8 degrees is true Lilith. At 9 degrees is the sun. At 10 degrees, both of Mercury and min Lilith. So we can expect anything and everything. You can escape the, I mean, this could be from building the new future, emerging the new future, to destroy everything that exists. That's how it can be. With the Mars and without oppositions in there, that and the squaring towards the North Node and areas, you can expect anything. So with this energy, as we go into the day, the thing's gonna beginning to shift a little bit for it. Since the ascendant is gonna move out, you're gonna be able to see the difference of the positions. I need to think about this. I need to think about that. I need to think about those situations and so on. Midheaven, there is that Cancer is gonna be opposing Pluto, lack of change. But the change can only comes in if the universe and Pluto, they are working together within a base of the truth, not a base of anything. Because if you don't know the truth and you're acting for it in a base of something that is false, then guess what happens? You create the wrong actions that gonna lead to the wrong effects. So with this energy, you're gonna be looking at to be a more careful from within yourself, more wise, or more like things for. The best thing is really to keep your calm, and the calmness is gonna comes in from all this kite that is between Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. There's nothing really ending. It doesn't really have to be so much. It's only a few things. So situations will come, they will rise, but there is always is gonna be the divine. It's gonna be remind you about as the ascendant there at 9 o'clock. It's coming in. You may gonna start feeling this past revealed itself, relieved itself. You're again reliving this past and over. For some of you, that's gonna be actually a purge. You're purging the past out of your system with a purpose that past it doesn't need it really in the present, but it's the same time you're going to be wondering, what can I do about the future? And here is what this is, that whatever you're purging out in there, there is something, there is a situations, there is a relation in there, this correlations is in there. When you're purging the things that doesn't serve, you're going to be creating things that they're going to serve. Okay, but that's gotta be required, courage and strength. That's gonna be coming from the midheaven. That is at Leo. All right, talking about the next hour. That energy is gonna be focused more within Venus, the love that is there with Scorpio. Be mindful about this Venus at Scorpio, because out of love, it can be actually protecting and so on. That kind of like energy for, if you have to describe it more in there, that is a when you sending the Jedis to make peacemakers. Yeah, but they are peacemakers and they know how to fight and they're not afraid to kill for it. And you're gonna be seeing it, that kind of like an energy is like you looking inside of you, the passions in there from within yourself to protect the living things. This is gonna be kind of like interesting energies that comes from Saturn. More about this. It's a very particular, specific kind of like an energy to be described in there because it's a lot of emotions in a positive way. At the same time, Saturn is restricting in there, like putting something in place. You may gonna feel those emotions within you. It kind of like those emotions are blocked. And what is blocking there? It's Mars. Not to create negative actions, not to create these situations towards authority, towards its things in there, as the moon is approaching the south node. Okay, that meeting with the south node is going to be opposing the north one. So basically, it's going to talk a lot about sabotage, self-shot in the foot. In there, you may gonna see certain things in there, maybe some things from the past that happen like this in you. But you're gonna be like, okay, I end up in the same situation, same things. I have to let them go, but I need to know what to do. You can transform, you can change, and use the guidance from the universe within you. And this is why those intense energies are, because they are have that purpose. You to let them go, you to navigate in them. But even despite of those energies, you to be able to do the proper wise actions. You're gonna see in the next hour, which is 11 o'clock, from Jupiter and Chiron towards the ascendant at Scorpio. That energies is gonna be really healthy within this situations in there. This is kind of like a really the police, the force, the universe force. It sends its kind of like warriors to go ahead and determine the things. But for you, that's gonna be that energy of, we don't have to looking at that darkness anymore. We are gonna be cooperating, understanding that the both light and dark, they have to coexist. And they coexist with them because together they create the universe. So with this deeply emotional understandings as it coming in, and the wisdom and the secrets holding within Saturn in there, that energy with the midheaven, there is a Virgo. You see this beautiful kite. That is it how you healed. You healed that if you are within the dark side, you're fighting the light. If you are in the light side, you're fighting the dark. But there is always a fight. And if there is always a fight, there is no peace. Now, when you both sides understanding this in there, the peace is gonna be self showing up, and that showing up is healing the past. As the moon, it is about to join the south node. All right, the midheaven is going into Virgo. That is going to be the need of healing. Yes, it's going to be required. This need of healing that is for it. Now, the moon and the south node are particularly coming together. The new moon is beginning to be a more stronger as energy as currently within you, the authority within you, it's receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of information, a lot of processing, a lot of looking at this, looking at that, and so on and so on. You're going to be experiencing a lot of readouts, gaining informations and so on, but you're also going to be looking at that. There's going to be this kind of like a mind games in there, planning. If this will happen, what's going to happen? If this is going to happen, what's going to happen? And you're going to try to do all this mess. Well, that all this mess, it's going to be require wisdom. And this is why Venus and Mars and Saturn right now, they're going to be like a counterbalance of all this overthinking, all these situations, all this relationship with anything and everything that it goes on. Not only in your life, but even your surrounding from within. All right. Next hour, we are talking about these energies that going to be centralized as the ascendant becomes a midheaven in there. Everything begins to boil up here. But as it boil it in there, it's the expressions. The proper expressions are what? Those are the inspirations. Those are the proper communications about you to talk with an inner peace of your soul. Not these aggravation communications, because Mars and Mercury squares together with Lilith doesn't get into anything. Can get you to a silence mode, can get you to a silence treatment, can get you to a lack of desires to talk, can take you to so many dark paths. We're talking about from ignorance of the silence, because this ignorance in there, that ignorance can turn into easily to a hate, and that will go to the self-destruction path with everything. So seeing that the divine energies is going to be looking at and help you, because right here it is about giving you the time about that wisdom that is going to come. Be wise, understanding that when you creating actions, what is there going to be the effects? You got the cause, you know the cause, what the cause is, but you can choose your actions to create different effects, not creating the same cause, because that's how the past is brought into the future. You do the same actions as you did in the past, you're going to get the same result as you did in the past. So basically, you're bringing the past into the present to be relieved again. But if you understand that the past is coming, you have different actions, you create a different, totally oppositions of that. Be wise within this, then that wisdom is going to be leading to a what? Different effects. And here how from the cause, actions, and effects is going to come in that wisdom. Okay? And that wisdom is still going to be connecting together with Mars and Venus. All right, the divine is going to be chosen up. Of course, the divine always tries to get this energies in there. Right now, you're removing it from the past, because the moon, it's 1 degree away from the south node. It's already past that position. She's looking more forward to meet with the true Lilith and the sun. As you see, the true Lilith and the Sun, they are respectively at 9 degrees. The Moon, it is at 7 degrees. The energy begins to compress in there. But even through that pressures for it, the ascendant sends you this. Is gonna be kind of like a very interesting, as the universe is gonna be sending you this inspiration in spirit, so the spirit can talk to the soul. What is the right thing? Everyone knows what is the right thing. Also, everyone knows what is the wrong thing. Everyone knows the cause. Everyone can choose their actions, and those actions is gonna leading to something else. And this is the part of the relationships. This cause and actions and effects. It's all about causing because of cause. But the cause is the relationship. You have relationships with energies, you have the relationships with the mother nature, you have the relationships with others, and you're living with others. So those kind of like situations that it's gonna come for it, as a Neptune and Uranus, they are pointing out towards the inner work that is at Libra, is gonna shows up. It has to have the divine changes. Otherwise, that midheaven with Pluto says like you nothing change. Of course, you're not gonna nothing to be changed. If you are doing the same actions and creates the same cause, it doesn't change anything. You're here to create different actions to create different effects. So with that energies understanding is gonna coming into this part of the inner wars. And you see in those inner wars right in here. We talked about it. Those are going to be the needs of the cardinal changes. Something has to be ridiculously, methodically, and fast changed. Enough is enough with all dealing with this. Okay? You can't have all those wrong relationships. You can't have all these situations from within you. For We are going to be expecting that because the moon it's going to come in here at October 10th. I'm going to show you when she's going to come at Capricorn. She's going to be squaring the sun at 11 o'clock in there p.m. You're going to be able to understand it, what I'm telling you, because the divine is going to come for it not only from Saturn, okay, that time on the October 10th, we are going to be able to determine this, because the divine is coming to teach us of what different actions we can do. But that determination from what? Relationships with the divine. What is your relationships with the divine? We determined the relationships between your soul and spirit. Now, from the spirit soul perspective and a soul perspective in there, your relationships with the rest of yourself, as in your emotional, energetic body, your psyche, and so on, is going to be determined there. And this is one of those requirements that it's time for a change. It's time to put the things in proper perspective and a proper place for those who are working on the manufacturing. That is the time when you start learning the 5S systems. You're learning this, stop doing this macaronis and have everything in the place where it needs to be. You don't have to walk 5 minutes to get something that you need at the place that you work. It should be right next to you. But it's looking at this, it's required the needs to finally put in a perspective within itself with the balance of the right things. So with this intense energies, you can expect absolutely anything. I mean, I'm expecting people to go from this kind of like a negative positions, situations, and so on, for it, that all this energy is going to bring to all the way up to they can be the angels on earth. It's the same way as the angels who was coming in and so forth, they can turn into the most darkest people you ever known. everything up here is switching and talking about switching of when aside about this kind of like relationships and so on. So everything is going to be triggered because we have the true Lilith and the mean Lilith together with under authority. You don't know what you're going to choose. You don't know what side to choose. You don't know what it is. And with this intense energies here, that particular thing, he comes in with one purpose: cardinal changes. So with those cardinal changes, Pluto is going to be rising on the horizon as the ascendant in there, talking about this needs as the midheaven is at Scorpio, that it needs something. Finally, somebody has to go there and start saying like, you know what, we need to do it like this. You need to stop doing what you're doing because we are destroying everything that we built so hard. We have to start doing something else. Oh, but I want to destroy it. No, you cannot destroy it. Enough is enough. And this is a moment when we have to understanding about the path that God created the earth for a purpose. We're here, we are learning, we're expanding this, and we're producing these energies in there of happiness. So guess what? The happiness travels from the solar system to the happiness within the Milky Way. From the Milky Way, it is happiness in through the whole universe. Okay? It's the same thing. We were created, we were invested energy within us from the point of origin, and now we have to give it back. Okay, we have to give it back. And this is a how it's gonna come that those energies from midheaven is like enough is enough. But if you're trying to fight against the universe and there Uranus is opposing the midheaven for, uh, you're gonna go back into this debacles as you've been dealing it with this. But if you decide to transform together with the universe and together with all those energies and emotions, you're gonna be turning yourself into this warrior, to this Scorpio king who fights for justice. You know, Scorpio is actually the highest level of justice. You see, if you talking about justice as a Virgo in there that has the logic and understanding, Libra, it is about let's making a peace and so on. And if the peace cannot be achieved, then you're sending the warrior. And that's what the Scorpio is. That's kind of like this energy will be for it, because if you cannot listen with the good, you're gonna listen with the bad. That's what happens in there. Do you really want to do that? That is a whole entirely up to you. But the inspirations, the divine inspirations, they're gonna be coming after that. This is gonna be at 5 p.m. as the midheaven, as I said that before. When the ascendant was at Sag, that inspirations towards the warrior. The warrior within you to choose this. You all have a Mars somewhere in your charts. That shows something in there. And when you see this warrior within you, is it really you have to fight the wars with others, or you have to be the peacemaker from within yourself? And once you've done that, you to be the peacemaker with others. And here is how this energy is gonna come. But the currently Mars is mostly like it. If he doesn't have that connection with Venus, doesn't have this understanding about masculine and feminine energies in there, oh, he's gonna go to the intuitions and the authority. This is basically that sun that finds the intuitions and the authority finds mother and father. Be mindful about personal relationships in the family right now for it, and lack of these things that destroying these relationships, because once relationships are destroyed in there, it's hard to rebuild, to get back in, to go in there. All right. we're talking about the next hour. Midheaven, inspirations from the universe is gonna comes in as a guidance to ascendant is gonna be at Pisces. Um, Lack of the growth is gonna come into this, and when you grow, and what do you do? But you have to grow. But what do? You get yourself, you ask for something. You ask from the universe and you're gonna be receiving. This is gonna be this inspirations with Uranus. Sudden change, something suddenly clicked in you. You know, when you're at this down moment, you know, go down deeply, deeply into the hole. Let's say you listen to sad music, or you're watching sad movies, or you're just kind of like putting yourself and so on, and all of a sudden something just breaks you. Something breaks that pattern. That's what this pattern is. Uranus is sending kind of energies at certain moments in there, and start changing your mood. You start changing your mood. You start looking at positive. You start like, okay, let me put this thing together. I cannot be anymore like this. Let me get in this, and so on and so on. And since Uranus is in Taurus, it has something to do within the material world. All right. Talking about these particular energies, right now this is going to be at 7 p.m. as that midheaven is at Capricorn. As you see it right now, I want you to really pay attention into this current chart up here, because I'm going to talk to you about something important that's going to happen on the 10th of October for it. So see these cardinal changes that it's required. The midheaven, it is at Capricorn. We are talking about public service and so on. But Mars, Venus, and Saturn, they have this kite. That is when you are going to be using the wisdom from within you. And that particular chart right here, I'm going to be showing you it later on. That is going to be setting up the pace for the October 10th. That is going to be a first quarter moon. All right. As you see it right now, the only thing we are getting it right now is the divine energies. That's going to be the wisdom from Saturn. There's nothing else. It's kind of like what is that the divine does to us? Divine put us in this fire in there. This really piles up things in there within our consciousness that we are currently have to look at it to him. Because what we do here, it's a self-destructive mode. All right. Talking about the next hour, this is going to be at 8 p.m. So stay tuned in there. 3 more hours I have to go, and then we're going to go through these energies of October 10th. As a midheaven, it's here with Pluto. The changes has to be done here in the material world, so they can be reflecting in the upper world. But now the upper world, it's coming. It says like, when are you guys going to change? When are you guys going to learn to get along, get together? And you're going to feeling at that positions between Mars and Venus, because right now the only thing that holds there is that Mars and Venus coming with those deep emotions of wisdom. Those are the couple who's going to come out and is like, enough is enough. Those are the situations that are going to be building right now as that energy is. Okay. And as that energy is going to come and it's going to go to Saturn, Saturn is sending these energies where? To the moon and to the true Lilith. As you see it right now, we have the south node, it's 6 degrees of Libra, and we have 10 degrees 4 minutes Sun, 10 degrees 9 minutes the moon, 10 degrees 23 minutes we have true Lilith, 10 degrees 34 minutes we have the middle Lilith, and at 11 degrees 33 minutes is Mercury. So the moon is so far, it's passed only through this. Right now, she's on the way to meet the truth. And what is your truth within you? How's that truth is for you? Too much going on, guys. Too much even to describe all this energies, but I'm trying to do my best for you guys. Hopefully you appreciate it. The next hour up here, as the midheaven is going on within Aquarius, here is that vibes that comes in. Those vibes are currently, they're coming to create this balance. It's like, listen to these divine energies. Be friendly. Growing up cannot be just all this constantly internal wars within yourself about these relationship situations. And some of you is gonna be going on through this. It's gonna understanding this, but you need to understand whatever you're going to do, you have to be done it for the proper energies of the family. As the ascendant is rising in there, the Cancer, and the midheaven is at Aquarius. That is it, the new path we need to take of the growth. You can't do things if the friendshipness is not proper. Can't do things if your materialistic way is not happening. I spoke about this yesterday. You watched the yesterday's report with this. And those are the patterns inside of you. This is the wheel of life. It's not just made up something. It's been one of the oldest learning in the world. People understood a long time ago that whatever you have to seek, you have to seek it in the stars. Something gets out there. What is out there? It's the gravity. It's the energy that controls anything and everything. You can gravitate on towards somebody or you can push them away. You can gravitate to build something from within you or you're gonna push it away. You can create something in the material world or you can destroy it. You can be a friends with somebody or they can be your enemy. You can be going having a family or you can decide to destroy the family. You can be the king or you can be the poor. Or you can be the one who destroys kingdoms. You can be the healer or you can decide not to helping people. You can create a balance or destroys the balance. You can be a very passionate, but it can be the same thing, a lot of hateful. You can be an inspirational, but at the same time, you can be the biggest manipulator there. You can be the hardest worker, or you can be the laziest guy in the world. You can be the innovator, or you can be just the biggest talker. You can change your psyche and become the power of the soul, or you can be that person who look at it into the soul is like, oh, that's not it. And trying to these illusions within yourself. So this is the will of life. You have choices, and based out of those choices, what is entirely up to you. All right, it's 11 o'clock. As you see it up here, things are coming into the reality, and currently the wisdom is what we need. This is 11 o'clock at night in there. That is going to be as the energy is going to come to powerful energies, the true Lilith and the sun and the main Lilith is together. So basically, you all have within our authority the truth and the false. How you gonna be making the balance? The one is the truth, the one is the false. Who cannot determine it in there? The Libra, the judgment. It's a judgment situations, but the judge has to be what? Wise. And that wisdom that is coming in for right now, because you have the authority, intuition, and communications. What are you going to do with all this? Are you going to be listening for more wisdom if you don't know what you're doing? Or are you just going to be attracting all this Mars energies in the ascendant and see what this is? And the moon says like, hey, you know what? I need to go to this journey. I'm taking to this new path. It's required a new learning, dear authority. I'm gonna be this information seeker for you. Stand by. That's what is gonna be this standby. So with this has been said, I'm gonna shift you a few days forward. In there, as the moon is gonna be moving into Scorpio, she's gonna be seen at the proper way of resolving the issue. Those are the people who find the solutions for everything. Are you gonna be finding the solutions for everything? Where do you have to look though? In the shadow. You have to look at it into these secret things in there. And finding out those things into the channel, they're gonna come and they're going to help out. On the next day, the moon is gonna be beginning to join Venus for it, as the midheaven is with Saturn. Powerful, powerful energy. This is gonna be October 5th, and we're talking about. But I want to take you into the journey as at October 10th. This is what is. This is going to be a lot of interference within the divine that's going to come in to help us out. So currently what it's needed from within you is the need of a new balance. But where the balance is going to come, you can have this internal wars as you see at the moon. The moon is going to be acting from unhealed wounds with Chiron in there. Mars is going to be coming in up here and have creating all these wars. You can create all those inner peace with Venus, the moon, and the midheaven. Very powerful synchronizations energies. At the same time, the divine energies are going to be off the charts. They're going to be helping you with that wisdom. They're going to come in from the healing part of love, and the love can heal everything with Jupiter and the moon. But the work has to be done. So the intuition is going to be telling you on October 10th, what are you going to do right now? It is about this. You to be prepared for this moment. Because choices that you're going to make up here, choices from the divine or choices from the synchronizations, is going to determine this. The rest of it, you're going to be able to repeating past. That is going to be leading to destructions from within itself. You need to understand, the more negative you are, the more negative reactions you're getting into yourself. And that negativism begins to destroy you. And this is what that is. This is why this energy here at Capricorn, pay attention to what you have at Capricorn, that can tell you what the work needs to be within yourself and where the Capricorn will be. Very intense energies for the cardinal zodiac signs in there. Beautiful, beautiful energies for some of the water and the earth signs during these positions. Okay, because Venus, Mars, and Saturn, they are in the water signs here. But as the moon is in the earth energies up here, as you see those sextiles towards the water signs in there, those are very powerful positions. But as you see it, the divine energies, they are coming in from fire and air, and they're leading into earth. They're coming from all directions. You see, for the divine, we are choosing different energies, but for the divine, we are all the same energy. And by that, we are the all same energies. It doesn't matter how many energies, we are the same. You can put two energies on each side of the Libra, they balance. You can put four, you can put 5 million on each one. It's still gonna be a balance because it's the same. We are all the same for the divine, and the divine is gonna come in. But how? First is walking within your spirit. The question is, your spirit is in balance with the divine. Is that path that the moon is going to be finding out? that is that journey. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this helps you in your life. I wish you a good inner journey from within. Good, because one way or another, we're still gonna be evolving. We still have this part of creating that beauty from within outwards in the world. Wish you good luck, guys. Be love. Thank you, Mandy. And of course, I'm gonna send you some gifts. And yeah, take it as much as you need it.